say you'll catch me.
Hey, what's going on? It is April Fools, where they say we are, where the apps actually came to be real life kids. Girls, boys, others, know your own gender, please. We're going to do a fun reading here. I am at the Pirate Kanta house with my little girl that's saying, hello, we're going to answer questions today about those relationships that needed a view from the Delphi. And you see, we've got a little bit of a Stonehenge thing going on here at the backyard of A to Z, where the whiz kids said, Oz, our way. Dessert us, please. We love dessert. So I'm going to be doing a reading, and I'm just, bless you, baby, going to say her and him. But you know your own gender and your own spin. We all have masculine and feminine energy, and you're going to know whether or not your characters match in these narratives. They might not. I could be reading for a lot of people. It might not be you. In fact, if it is, most likely you'll find it in your moon or rising sign, because I'm a moon guy. So dead guy came back to life calling Apocalypso, and usually it's the moon reading or the rising sign that shows up for a lot of people. So you might want to have a look-see at those. We're going to pull 7 cards with sneaky little Rider-Waite-Smiths that are already showing us, hey, there's the theme for the reading today. What is this sneaky shit all about? I'm going to pull this card out of the deck. We're just going to see, what is it that was so elusive in these relationships with maybe one that got away or tried to get away with something like the Bitcoin lies of Inception that I'm calling all about. We're nuts for crackers over here, because it's time to know about the 2 silver that were left and the 7 that never got traded for the magical dress. And 7 cards for that. What's on their mind? What's on your mind? What are they feeling? What are you feeling? What are they doing? What are you doing? And what's the common thing in the middle? And then we might pull a little more insight from some romance angels that tried to find their virtue in a box of cards with a Y that never ends for friends. And we might take a look with another lens, because I've got the chatty sibillas that give us an insight about what the advice might be on the common factors. More to come inside your reading, friends. You're beautiful, and here's where it all ends, with hopefully a new lens. Catch you on the inside. Hey, what's going on, Gemini? Back to do your reading. Here's the card we all have in common. 7 of Swords. It's been showing up as the emphatic point of what we're going to figure out with all the tribes here. What did you get Mercury fooled about? Was there a retro fixing that you didn't agree to? Perhaps. In a land that didn't happen like that? Where the torrents didn't get stacked that way and get coined for those gems in your eyes? Who am I? Just a Bitcoin guy calling BS on what this stuff meant. What an ATM never looked like, but where free energy gets spent and exchanged freely, open source. So we're just going to take a look, because in some cases this is about the interlopers that have been getting in the way, and we're going to take a look at using my feminine energy, her side, using my masculine energy, his side. You know your own narratives, your own genders, and whether or not these stories hit. It's kind of like a lottery. You may or may not get one. Check your moon and your rising too. I'm a moon guy, so sometimes those messages are going to come through more for you. So whatever your hopes and wishes and dreams were that might have been interloped by the sneaky tippy toes that tried to prance in like a fingerprints does best, might have something to do with this one. And I'm hearing in some cases about Geminis that are just being acted out upon. And I'm hearing, they're telling me about a really screwball fire combo. And I'm hearing about Sag Aries, like, and they're showing me this. It's like somebody that's just, I don't know what this means to somebody, but it might mean something to some of you. Maybe it's a video gaming thing, but I'm seeing somebody just like doing this stuff. And it's like bad. But I've been hearing about somebody that might be watching this because of what Gemini's been up to. So you're going to know your own narratives. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to reverse this camera here down so you can see what's in front of me. And that must be Capricorn. Ready? Yeah, these readings have been intense about the foolery and the things that do not happen. Because now we know about the false material lens and a better way to do things by parsing light codes that we can actually trace to IP addresses that even sync up with where these messages might coincide with healing that can be infused with light. That's what I actually learned about Bitcoin, but I'll save that for some other readings here for you guys. We're just going to talk about what doesn't get to actually steal your light in any form or fashion. All right, let's start here and see what's on her mind. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm going to say two readings ago, because I did Taurus, I did Virgo, and now I'm doing Capricorn. Or actually, 3 readings ago, I did Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Now I'm doing you, Gemini. Taurus had this card in the same exact place. You might be dealing with a Taurus. You might have Taurus somewhere strong in your natal constitution. You might not have a Taurus at all, but it's a similar card here, and there might be a connection with the stories, the narratives, so you might want to check that one too. But this going on here on the mind, this is sort of an emotional energy, being that it's cups, water element. And this is somebody that I'm hearing in this situation, although it looks like this staff is in front of them, I'm seeing them upside down, and I'm hearing that it's like what somebody was doing behind their back. It's like somebody was sticking something in their back, like backstabbing. And I'm hearing it might have to do with this person here, Gemini. So, we'll see if we can find out some more about that. But I'm hearing it's literally like wondering if you actually left at the right time. I don't know if that makes sense for somebody, but I'm hearing for somebody that's what it is. Like, I wonder if I left at the right time because I was feeling emotional when I took off. And I'm hearing for somebody, it's like they had too much at their job. There was somebody really crappy there at the job. And it's like, I wonder if I left at the right time. Maybe I shouldn't have done that during Mercury retrograde. But let's see what happens here. More information coming. Okay, so this is that's an interesting... I'm hearing that if this is why you left, I'm hearing somebody left because they might have been not necessarily accused, but it's like a guilty by association thing that somebody thought that they might have had to do with a theft, something that got taken away, but that the person that actually did it, I don't know if they stayed behind or not, but I'm hearing it's going to be very obvious. It was like written all over their face is what I heard. And so here on this right-hand side of this energy, this is a 2 of Swords. This is a mental energy. This could very well be you, Gemini, too, on this person's mind, perhaps, or somebody with strong earth element in their constitution, like a Libra or an Aquarius. But when it shows up like this, I'm hearing it was like bad antenna anyway. It was just not a great communication, and that this person has a certain light around them, but it's literally like horns, like hooks. If this is making sense, and it's weird, I'm like seeing it going right for this person's head, for their face. It's like, and I'm hearing psychic vampire. And they're putting strong emphasis on 7-8. Whatever 7-8 means for somebody, or maybe 8-7, but I'm hearing it's like a mirror, and it's like somebody gets twisted. They like to get it twisted, and they just kind of do it like this. Okay, that's very specific for somebody that might not make any sense for some of you. But, another thing here about this 2 of Swords energy, when it's sitting like this, if it's upright, this is somebody that has decided not to do something. They've kind of crossed their heart, hope to die. Do not put a needle in my eye. I don't have to look at it or hear it or see it or do it or be it. I don't have to speak it. It's just somebody that just is maybe tuning in to what they are experiencing inside. And there's some motion to that water behind them. And there's a moon element here. So sometimes it's very psychic energy or telepathic. And I'm hearing for somebody, it's literally like somebody that knows that they can clip communications and send communications, and being like, gotcha. And sending a cut this way for this person right in the head. And it's like, here, cut off your emotional energy, and there you go. So that's not nice. Let's see what's on her emotions here. I heard, before I do that, I could cut you off for the 5 I can leave you behind with. I don't know what that means, but I'm hearing I could cut you for the 5 that I could leave you behind with. And it's like something that somebody said to somebody. I feel like it's like some kind of negotiation or something at work, but there's a threat that I just heard. And it was like right before I was going to flip her emotional energy, but I feel like it's being sent from this side. All right, here we go. Somebody had enough. This is like, if this is a work thing too, it's like a bad match, because it's like somebody you met at work, and it's like, you ever hear that saying where they say, you know, there's certain things you don't want to do, where you go to sleep, where you go to eat, where you go to live. And I'm seeing somebody that really just had too much to do here, and it was like it was just being piled on and on and on and on and on and on. And it's like they literally had to use all of their energy to push something. It's like I see somebody kind of acting like a bulldozer, that they looks like. It's like they're trying to move something very slowly, but it's because it's heavy. And how they're having to ground it is what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing if there's like electrical work that needs to be done, you don't want to trust this person here. This is a bad contractor is what I'm hearing about. Bad contract, bad deal. Maybe you had bad work done, but somebody had to get too involved on this side and invest too much in it, and it's been emotionally draining too, and this person was not paying attention. Okay, wow, and they were fully invested in that too. I'm hearing they put all their energy into this. Literally, like, they're showing me, like somebody that stood up and literally said, here's where these swords go. And that's 10 right there. Very cerebral energy coming off of this Gemini. And this is the last of the suit too. And so we got a 10 here and a 10 here. Somebody who literally was breaking their back doing all this work, and somebody that's like, put up there, and here's how you die. I'll just stick you this way and gaslight you or set you on emotional fire. This is a narcissist I'm talking about right now. But, and they would gaslight, you know, that would be what fire element would be that's coming up here. So I'm hearing, if Gemini, if you're dealing with some like duplicitous Sagittarius, is what I'm hearing all over this. They're like, especially if it's like a Gemini Sag, I'm hearing bad news bears, bad kid. They're saying it's not like a bipolar thing either. It's like, it's sociopathic behavior. They get away with it. I heard it's just like something about bad Hollywooding, whatever that means. It's like somebody that gets away with editing it that way. So, you know, because of what they were showing me, and they're telling me this is literally like that person's idea of what a red carpet introduction is. So you'll know, because it'll be the fingerprints, the one sneaking in like, hey. But everybody knows that the dice are loaded. And there's 10 and 10, and somebody's getting caught. So let's see what's going on her side here. What is she doing? Oh, well, I hear blatantly having money extracted. That's a Ace of Pentacles that looks upright to you, but to me, that is upside down. And from here, it's literally the hand coming from this side, trying to pull something underground and being like, yeah, it's what I do down under. Yeah, Gemini. Somebody was going for somebody's face. I'm hearing it's like your dreams. It's like what you think about. It's what you told them privately. It's the things they can pull from your subconscious, just like this, and put their hand and say, gimme. This is what I get. It's kind of what Bitcoining and tokenization was about to me anyway, and what I've been figuring out with my, oh gosh, not so cryptic senses. This stuff is so freaking obvious. It's just, it's maddening sometimes. So look, if any of this is making sense to you and you want to know who these characters are, if you have their birthday, I can probably tell you exactly who they are and where they're going to show up again in your chart, because these are fractals, these are hacks, and some of us know how to read it. Here's where you got, okay, so somebody that had everything except that one thing they wanted from you, that has 9 pentacles here, shows up with their hand to take that one from you. And it's like they were talking to this little bird. Maybe it was like the dreams coming through your head here because they could hear this stuff and snip, 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 parse. And here's where the swords go, this way. And, oh, it's not going to hurt that bad. Just keep walking this way. That's a nice thing to do, Gemini. I love it. It sounds like somebody who's giving you really good permission for how to live your life. Let's see what's in the center here, because, you have something in common. Wow, cutting words I hear from the bitch who matters that doesn't care, because if this Queen of Swords is showing up upside down like she just did in this reading here to me, she looks right side up to you. She's upside down to me. This is somebody that is vigilant about how they will utilize their authority any way they damn well please, not giving any consideration to what is otherwise very judicious energy. Because this Queen of Swords here, this is a beautiful woman, and a lot of times she's very Gemini to me. She's kind of like maybe a little cloudy. Sometimes they say she's bipolar, but you know what? Energy is double terminated. There's two sides to it. You learn to balance your poles. That's why she's sitting on the throne here. She's got sunny side up over here with the clouds, and she's got the gray side here. And if she's not sitting here gently where she can even be around kids and be like in a mental state to handle them, she's like off with their head. And so this is a great indication of what a narcissist would do that might have shown up like this in front of you, just to sever and get in between your thoughts and your head, just like splitting your head open to snip, 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 just because they can understand things. And you know what? Spirits allow us to do that. This is where discernment is key. Let's see what we might learn from the romance angels. We're going to take a look at the feminine energy. And I say feminine because on my side of my body, that's where that comes. On the masculine side, it's like this. So I read you the story from 2 points of view of how I triangulate myself within a trinity of witness, where I am not a parasite. I see clearly from a quantized mind where both eyes can look upon one another without spinning around and dragging everybody through some Dead Sea Scrolls BS reincarnation twist that I Bitcoined and locked up in a very special neurohack. And its purpose is to celebrate what I learned about 7 and what never gets to happen to an 11. So, let's see here. On her side, well, we've got forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And I'm hearing she's a cusp. She's on the cusp of Gemini. She might not be a Gemini, but she shows up like a Gemini. And it's something about like, it's not parents here, but I'm hearing there's some people around her that are having a lot of expectations, and they're like, you have to do this. This person is like this, and you have to do this. And it's like, I can be forgiving about what I heard and learned about, but in 9 months, this person is going to receive something that they lied to everybody about. And, how do you forgive that? That's what I heard. So we were hearing some stuff about paternity too, and about somebody lying about who they were with and how they seeded that. But we're also hearing about why. It was literally just to take something in some cases. And I'm hearing about somebody that it's like grass was greener. It's like they were flipping through people, and it's like I just see them flipping through people. And it's like, here, that one, here, just go for it, go for it, go for it. And like 9 months later, and like what they were doing all the time, and like not wanting to grow up is what I'm hearing. I don't want to grow up. I don't want to be this person. I don't want to be this dad is what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing it's like too late, and that whatever this conversation is that they might want to talk to you about is something that, especially if they got you pregnant, wow. And I'm hearing she's not going to go for it, most likely. But anyway, wow, a lot of messages coming through. Let's see what's showing up on his side. Give your relationship a chance. So I'm going to say you're going to know whether or not that's something you want to do. But if you are somebody that's thinking about, because this is totally different here too, if you are somebody that's thinking about what you're willing to leave behind, because I'm hearing in some cases you all might have been cut in a similar way by somebody. And you might also want to check the Capricorn reading. This is reminding me of something that came up for them. There might have been a mutual party, is what I'm hearing, that you were spending time with. And that person might have been getting involved in a way that was not cool. I'm hearing it was not cool. And that might have been one of these people whispering in your ear about like, here, try this, try that. And so if you had like a negative whisperer in your ear, somebody that was just giving you just enough information to mess you up, you know, or it's like you just get revved up and then it's like, I can't get around this person and then just go be emotional. I have to hear what they're saying and then ground myself. Because it's not saying that you can't blame another person for your decision, put it that way. But there are people that will take the opportunities if they see that they can do this to just, you know, play with that power with you. And I'm hearing in some cases, it's like learning when to call it and being like, okay, here's what I need to do. Here's where I grew up. And I know that this advice is good. And anytime they say something, I'm going to go off and do it. So I'm only going to take good advice, like change my, you know, healthy eating habits, you know, go to the gym and like meditate and take care of myself stuff. Any of this other stuff, I'm not going to take it that way. I'm going to, you know, take care of myself, because you have to take care of your own material needs. And if you've been making bad decisions, especially because somebody was in your head and it's like taxing you emotionally and it's like causing you physical problems where this person is set up very well, but here it's like they have everything but what they need to feel protected. Sometimes they're making a decision and it might not be going very well. And sometimes it's time to change how we're looking at the characters in view and our focus there. And so this one here says work on your partnership. And so sometimes that's just how you're even relating with yourself in your own mind. And so I'm hearing about chemical situations and herbal support and things that we can do to help this otherwise very emotional void, because this is like very cerebral energy. This is like somebody that's only feeling the stabs and like a lot of maybe pain, emotional pain, and feeling maybe cut off. And I'm hearing it's like that's not a good way to jump into how you're earning your money, especially if you're guiding others like that. It's like it doesn't leave anything for you, right? And so in some cases, this is like give your relationship to your own brain a chance and like get some sleep, get some help. And in some cases, you need to have better communication with whoever this person is, because somebody needs to be forgiven for this. Especially if you're both, well, like if you're both contributing things equally and something's coming together here, this is almost a perfect match here. It's like a 9 and a 10 here, right? 9 and ace. It's like, what could happen here if this communication went great and this queen was upright? So let's see here. Let me pull 3 more cards and get a little bit of advice on the Queen of Swords. Just see what the sibillas have to say. Gemini. So, wow, what a reading. Okay. And the Queen of Swords reversed. Well, got La Allegrezza. This is the butterfly. This is a metamorphosis. This is somebody that might have died. I'm hearing about a medical malpractice. A weird conversation about an estate that needs to happen with the person who didn't receive what was coming to them yet. And they didn't know they had it coming. Yeah, somebody definitely passed is what I'm hearing in some situation. It might have been passed on a deal, passed on a friend or another person that was reaching for somebody's base stuff, maybe their money, maybe their time, maybe their attention. And in some cases, they're pretty happy about it. I'm hearing this might be a conversation for some people about the third that could be coming and some of the things they're willing to leave behind, especially if something was taken before. They're talking to me about the month of May, but I'm hearing it was like last year. Let's see what else is coming up. Okay, yeah, and some nuptials. This is GEMINI. This card right here is, well, I have to show this. This is what was looking at me. This woman, the Giovine Fanciulla, she is quiet. She's actually one of the virgins in the deck. She's protected in her garden. And if this is about the things that she doesn't know how to talk about, she's pointing over her shoulder at what's behind her. I'm hearing it's about the people that are talking in her ear and how she's protected. And I say she lightly. Somebody that might be trying to keep it light, that really needs a light conversation. If this is emotional, and I'm getting another one too. I'm getting one about the long distance communication that isn't happening very well, but it could if people touch base with each other. I've been doing 5D readings for people that have been opening up their telepathic communication skills, where they're talking to a partner or a friend and they're learning how to correspond at a distance safely, sending thought forms to one another, and healing, where it's like, hey, I sent you this energy, can you feel it? And learning how to correspond back and forth with each other about testing where their sentience is waking up. So it's like hypersentience training. It's something that I can do. If you're interested, feel free to hit me up. I can talk to you about this. It's also something that gets worked into all of the readings because these are integrated around you if you're interested in a personal with just your energy. But I'm hearing for somebody, that's kind of what this is here. It's, learning to delve into this situation, keeping it light too, and needing a communication about what's happening with a new direction, because this is the happiness of the heart card. And we've got here, two upright energies of people putting a lot into something emotionally. Even if it feels like a void in the dark, I'm hearing for somebody, it's because of like long distance, and it's like too many hours and like a weird schedule that doesn't line up while somebody is in the middle of their day. And so there's a lot of different things that could be happening here depending on who you are. Depending on who you are, Gemini. And I shut the phone off there. So we're going to go ahead and end it here. Let me know what you thought. And like I said, check your moon and your rising if this was your sun. And I'll be back with some more of these soon. If you want one with just your energy, just hit me up private. I'll be happy to do one for you. Take care, and we'll catch you again soon, Gemini.
Promise that you'll catch me.
What do you need to know right now? Have you ever tried talking to an intuitive or a psychic to ask these questions? Were you left hanging, or how did it go for you? There might be a reason why some of your questions were not answered, and I have a special secret to share with you. It's something that your astrologers probably can't even talk to you about because they simply do not know. So who am I? Well, my name is Jacob, and I'm a guy that actually came back from the dead. I was resuscitated. I had a medical miracle after malpractice, and I learned some things when I crossed over the Nano Bridge about the 0 point frequency and the Stargate that nobody's talking to you about. The cosmic vortex that mathematically can prove who you are down to numbers and digits and letters, just like cryptocurrency, IP addresses, and the SIM card in your phone, and can explain the simulation that you might have jumped into in your body. If your astrologer's not talking to you about it that way, they probably just can't. The good news is you don't have to be caught on a treadmill, because what I've learned is a specific way to calculate where you are in the fractal of the cosmos. What it allows us to do is literally see who different people are in your path. And it's literally like playing chess. We can figure out who plays what archetype here, there, and remove anything that is clouding your view of what is here in your life, and hopefully empowering you to make better decisions. So if you're tired of feeling like you only ever get this much information and it only gets you that much braver until you hit a wall again, this is why. So what I'd like to do today is invite you to click on that link that says, yes, I want to know. It's going to take you to a page where you can fill out some details so I know how to talk to you. And go ahead and submit that. You will have joined artoflove.me. I would love to be in touch with you. Looking forward to it. Take care. We'll catch you again soon.